Alright guys, so that's the second problem from Codeforces round 651 div 2, and the problem statement is, the problem name is GCD compression. And as you can see here, I have made quite a bunch of wrong submissions. Yeah, it's not always your day. And yeah, and now as you can just see that after certain number of attempts I was able to find the answer. And yeah, it's not always your day, as I said, and I was doing some silly mistakes in problem B and C both. I'll can talk about this later, but let's get back to the problem statement for now. So what are we given here is Ashish has an array A consisting of two positive integers, and what we need to do, we need to compress this particular A into B of size n minus 1. So to do this, what we can do, we can discard any two elements at first, and then we need to perform some n minus 1 operations. And these n minus 1 operation, in these operation, what we are supposed to do, we need to remove any two elements A and B, and then we need to just append their sum to B. So sorry, those two elements are not A and B. I mean, what we need to do is we need to pick any two elements from A and then add them up, and their result should be added to the array B, and that's how we are generating the array B. So yeah, this compressed B has to have a special property, that is the GCD of all its elements should be greater than 1. And what we need to do is also it is given that it is always possible to compress array A into B of size n minus 1 such that all the elements GCD of all the elements in array B is always greater than 1. So we need to find that array B, and we need to keep in mind that we don't have to print the values, we instead need to print the index, which also caused me wrong answers couple of times, and also some of the wrong answer are due to my silly mistake. So let's consider this example that are given to us. So for the first case, we are given 6 elements as n is equals to 3, so we have 2n elements, and we need to pick we need to have an array B where we'll have 2 elements, and those 2 elements will be the sum of some 2 pairs of these array. And here we have been shown that if we choose third and sixth element, that is 3 and 6, so it will be 9, and then if we choose 4 and 5, this will be 9 as well. So the GCD of this is greater than 1, so we can choose this one, as we know that there can be multiple answers, so we can just find any of them. Similarly, for this one, we have to have only one element in the array B as n equals to 2, so we need to have n minus 1 elements in the array B. So we can pick any pair from this array, and that will be sufficient. Here we'll need to pick 4 pairs, and such that the sum of all these pairs when added into array B, and if we take the GCD of all the elements from the array B, their GCD should be greater than 1. And this is some example that if we choose 1 and 2, that is first and this ninth value, then if we choose 3 and 3, that means second and third, 4 and 5, that means fourth and fifth, and then this 6th and 10th value. So in that case, this is what it is shown here. So first 9, 2, second 4, 5, 6, 10. If we choose all these pairs, then the B would look like this: 3, 6, 9, 93, and their GCD is 3, which is greater than 1. So this is also a valid answer. So approach that I took here was quite simple, that if we somehow make all the elements in B as an even element, as an even number, then we would guarantee that the GCD is always greater than 1, because GCD of any even number that you pick would always be 1. Although here the examples having only odd numbers, but in case of odd numbers we cannot guarantee that GCD is always greater than 1. So for example, if we pick 7 and 3, so GCD is not 1 here. GCD is not greater than 1, it's 1. So it's safe if we choose all the elements as even number, because in that case if we pick any two pairs, their GCD will be always greater than 1, at least it will be 2. And just keep in mind that when I'm talking about these numbers, I am saying about array B, that all the elements in the array B should be even numbers to guarantee that all their GCD is 1. So the elements from this array can be even or odd, but the array that we are going to build should always contain even number. So that's what my approach is. And to have all the elements in array B, we need to smartly choose pairs. So basically a pair of two elements will always be even if we choose one element as odd and other as odd as well. So this will basically be an even number, or the other way that we can build the sum of two elements as even is if we add two elements which are even. So we can if we add any if we choose an element as odd and other as even, we will always get an odd number that which we don't want. So this is what we are looking for. So what we can simply do is we can try to compute all the odd numbers of array and all the even numbers of array and keep them in separate places, like in separate arrays. So for example, if I choose this example, so we can just simply keep 1 3 1 3 3 5 and 101 and 3 at one place. Let's call it odd. And also we can keep another array which will only have all the even numbers, so 4 5 90 100 and 2. Let me just quickly check if it is 101. Yeah, it is correct. So we can keep it this way. And as we were given that these are 10 elements, 3 3 6 4 10 elements, and we need to make an array which will have 4, because this is 2n and we need to build an array of size n minus 1. So we can have an array of size 4 here that we want to build, and let's see how we can build that. So as I said, to guarantee that all the elements in this array are only even, we will first pick all the pairs from some consecutive pairs from odd array, and then we'll pick even from even array. So let's just pick 1 and 3. So this will make it as 4. Then let's pick 3 and 5. This will make the sum as 8. And if we pick 5 and 101, then it will be 106. And in the end we are left with 3, so we can just skip that. And we needed to build an array of size 4. We have already seen 3 elements, so we can just pick one more pair from it, from this one. I think I have put this one wrongly here, so let me just remove, because this is even array. So we can just build pick any pair. So we can pick 4 and 2, and this will make this 6. So now we have an array which looks like 4 8 106 and 6. And if we take the GCD of this is guaranteed to be greater than 1 or at least 2, because all of them are even number and 2 will be a common divisor of all these elements. So as we were given that we can print any of them, so this seems to be a valid approach. So that's what I've done. Let me just show you my code. So yeah, what I've done is I have simply created two vectors where I would push the odd and even numbers separately, and then I'm keeping a counter to keep track of how many elements I have got, and then I am checking if the size is greater than or size is odd, then I'll just decrease because I don't want to pick the last element. So, and with each pair I'm decreasing this count, and then once I'm done with odd, and I'll go to the even numbers, and for how many counters that are, for how many pairs that are still left to be picked up, I'll just run this for loop for that, for this even array or even vector I would say. And before going into this array, I will always check if this size is greater than, or yeah, if this size is greater than 1, then only I'll go inside this loop. So yeah, that's all. I think I was able to explain you guys. If there is anything that you want to discuss, or if there is anything unclear, please let me know in the comment section below. And yep, thanks for watching this video guys.